Welcome back to another Manga Monday. This is Gizio Manga. Welcome to the studio. Last time, I finished drawing a 6-page one-shot after 15 years in the making. This video will explain how to transfer your physical comic pages digitally, scanning it, adding screen tones, to complete a finished piece ready for consumption. Allow me to introduce you to my favorite comic apps and how I finish my manga pages. First things first, we gotta scan our pages into a digital medium. If you have a computer and a scanner, go ahead and transfer that to your laptop. But if you're like me and depend on your iPad for everything, use the standard scanning app on your iPad or iPhone. Take a picture of the pages, scan, save in black and white. Once you've saved the scanned file, we can proceed. Now that you have scanned your pages, saved as either a JPEG or PNG file, choose an application that will allow you to add the rest of your comic book elements. I use the following 2 apps to complete this process. Procreate. Let me tell you about this app. It is the best $10 I've invested in my art career thus far. So yeah, it's not free, but everyone knows the benefits of using Procreate. Also, this video ain't sponsored, by the way. So Procreate, if you want to sponsor, let's chat. For the purpose of my comic, I'm going to extract the lines of the page and fill in the items that I want to color using halftones of black. After all, I want my manga to be showcased in standard black and white. Using the solid brush on Procreate, apply a color on a separate layer. Then, select that layer and lower its opacity until you reach the desired shade of gray. My goal is to apply this even layer of screen tone to all the pages. Procreate allows you to extract the solid black lines of your page, which makes it easier for me to use the select tool to fill in only the object that I want to color. If you struggle to color inside the lines, use the erase tool. Boom! I'm done filling in the solid shade of gray to the clothing of the characters. Next, I like adding gradients to certain objects to give the illusion of depth and texture. Using the rectangular select tool, I highlight the specific area on the page that I want to add a gradient. Then, I use the soft brush to color it in. Use the soft eraser or blur/blending tool to edit the gradient until you have the desired direction of light and dark. First, I use it on this building. Now, I'm selecting the character and shading the front of his face and body to give the illusion that he is closer to the camera or to the audience's field of vision. So it looks like he's closer to us and he's startled by the chaos behind him. This technique is essentially utilizing shades of black and gray to imitate perspective. I'm going to repeat this technique on the wall behind the other characters and add it to other objects in the scene and make certain details stand out. So once again, this is the technique. Color in shade of gray, erase the areas you want to keep white, use the blur or blending tool to create a gradient, and of course, you can always change the opacity of the layer to get the desired intensity of black and white. Look, now I'm even erasing the darker areas to give the illusion of light. Using the eraser tool, I added white streaks to emphasize the idea that Dino Ninja is looking through a glass window with sunlight passing through it. Some objects are a shade of gray darker than others to get the idea across that not everything is the same color or texture, like the tree bark on the corner of the street or even his shorts once he's ripped off his shirt. Okay, at this point, I've decided I'm done shading and coloring the page. The second and final app I'm going to use is Comic Draw. Another app available on your iPad or computer for just a one-time payment of $15. I'm also not sponsored, but I sure as hell wouldn't mind if I was. This is my favorite app apart from Procreate because while Procreate is used for drawing anything, Comic Draw is specifically designed and catered to publishing comic books and manga. So the most basic tools you'll need at your disposal. By far, it's the best comic book app I have found that's easy to use and easy to navigate, so it's super beginner friendly. Once you've opened the app, create a new comic. There are a lot of options to choose from, and looky here, a format that matches exactly the type of paper I drew on, A4 standard manga paper. Now, we can press and hold the select tool until we get the following options to import our scanned page that's been edited in Procreate, and we can transfer it to this new page in Comic Draw. On top of the screen, you will see these icons, which actually represent every step in the process of creating manga. So it's pretty intuitive. The pencil icon represents the first step for sketching. The pen icon is the second step for, you guessed it, inking. And the third icon is a word bubble, which represents the final step we're gonna do right now, adding dialogue and onomatopoeias, special effects to really make your story come alive. If you click the top right icon that looks like paper, you can even scroll through the rest of your comic pages. For now, I'll select a page and show you how to add those finishing touches to your manga. Want to add a new speech or dialogue moment? Select the word bubble icon on the left and create the size you want. You can drag it, move it wherever you prefer. But since I've already included these in my drawing, I'm going to select the add text box and place it in the center of the desired speech bubble. Type your character's line, and now I can select the text I've created and edit it accordingly. I'm going to remove the border, go into text options, and change the size and orientation of the text until it fits perfectly into the original speech bubble. But sometimes things are too loud and exciting to just be confined inside of a speech bubble. So you can instead add lettering effects. This is the onomatopoeia. Once again, Comic Draw offers a bunch of styles and colors to choose from, but I want to stick to a classic black and white page. If I want to emphasize that this is a huge and loud monster roaring, I can change the stroke style and inking border of the lettering. Now it has this gritty and harsher appearance, giving it the monster effect I wanted. Feel free to squash and stretch the text or choose a different font anytime you want. I'm going to add, move around, and mess around with more lettering to emphasize the sound effects of the most important moments in the action panels. So let me go ahead and give this a little oomph. But my comic wouldn't be complete without using my favorite feature on Comic Draw, which is the halftone and screen tone brushes. This replicates the signature manga look, when traditional manga artists would physically cut and paste screen tone or halftone paper onto their final manga pages by hand. Of course, everything is done digitally now, which is way faster than doing things by hand. So we are blessed by digital art applications like Comic Draw that offer a range of halftone brushes to choose from and apply them easily to our own pages. They are used for the same purpose of shading and adding texture. With that, let me finish the rest of my pages and show you the finished result.
Finish him!
That's it, folks. If you enjoyed this goofy comic, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Click through if you want to see the full process of creating this remastered version. Want to learn something new? Comment your questions and video suggestions down below. This video honestly felt like it took 15 years to make, so please don't hesitate to give me and this channel a little love. See you next Monday.